Hello everyone, welcome to Dorothy Chia Piano, where I talk about all things piano teaching and piano learning. So there wasn't a video last week because I lost my voice. So now my voice is back. Let's proceed with this week's topic. Now something cropped up this week and it's regarding missed lesson, replacement lesson and swapping lessons. Let's begin. So I've taught for over 30 years, and in all those 30 years, I do not replace lessons. So why? Because students and parents need to understand that I have working hours. All right, so I do have a schedule, I have a timetable, and it's blocked out. So when I am working, let's say my lesson starts on Thursday, which is a very full day, and I wake up and then I teach some students in the morning, and then I continue at the later part of the day, and I even have an adult student that's online, and she comes on 9 o'clock to 10 p.m. So that's almost a 12-hour working day, right? And parents don't see this and students don't see this. They think that when they miss their 1 hour, I am obligated to return that 1 hour to them. Now, it's very important that I've already stated in my studio policy. So every student that comes here for lesson at Forte Music Training, are made aware that I do not have a replacement lesson policy. The only time lessons could be replaced, and how is it replaced? That means they make payment for 4 lessons. And when they are sick, then that sick need to be accompanied by a doctor's letter. So in Singapore, we call it a medical certificate. So doctors will give you and issue you an MC. That MC is a certificate. You can actually photostat or just screenshot and send me that piece of MC. And then that lesson that you missed because you were sick is automatically replaced with another lesson. Okay, so that means we just jump over. So let's say 1, 2, 3, and you were sick on the 3rd lesson, then automatically jump over. So the 4th lesson become the 3rd lesson, and then you get 1 more lesson. So that's how it works. And all this is it's already explained right at the beginning when the student comes here and say, okay, I want to study with Dorothy Chia at Forte Music Training. So all parents are made aware of this. So let's say if during the holidays and there's a lot of shuffling of timing because students are away, okay, fine. I also have this thing that I do in my studio, and it's called a swap list. Swapping means that you are away. So your lesson time is then put on the swap list, all right? And you're hoping that someone will take over that existing time, and then you come over at their time. So it's a swap, all right? A takes over B's time and B takes over A's time. That is a swap. So it's called a swap list. All right, and parents do know of my swap list. I do have a swap list. So this comes in handy, especially when you're planning your trips and holidays and all that, and you go away, but lessons are still going on. Okay, so, but you need to be clear that a swap list only works if you have something to swap. If you do not have anything to swap, you cannot say, I hold on to my lesson time and I cannot come, and therefore that when I miss that lesson time, please find a swap list for me to replace the lesson. It doesn't work that way, okay? Right? So a swap list is for swapping. Your lesson time you give up because you cannot make it, all right? Then that is put on the swap list. B comes along, B says, okay, I can swap with A. So B will take A's time and A can then take over B's time. Sometimes this doesn't happen immediately, all right? So you could have missed the lesson in July. Another student's time might not, a swap list might not appear until maybe down the road, let's say in September, okay? then that lesson will then be used to replace the one that you missed in July. It is not a replacement lesson, it's just a swap list for swapping. Okay, I hope that has been clear, and that is how I've been running my studio for the past 30 years. It has worked for me, and it only works if parents understand how things work. Okay, so missed lesson is a missed lesson. There's no replacement if you miss. And the only time the lesson is carried over is if you are sick, and that is called a sick lesson, an MC. That means you submit an MC to say that you were sick, and therefore that lesson is then replaced with another lesson. And you shouldn't even come for lesson if you are sick. If you're coughing, if you're sneezing, if you are having fever, if you have COVID, do not come for lesson. We also have Zoom lessons, all right? So just like during COVID, lessons were moved online. So if you're not feeling well and you're still good enough for a lesson, you do not need to submit an MC. You just ask me to conduct the lesson. Instead of face-to-face, we'll do it virtually over Zoom. So that's how it's done. If you are having a similar arrangement in your studio, do share how it works at your studio. And are parents clear about how things are run? And is there a better system? Do share your system here at my YouTube channel. So till the next week, bye-bye.